I'm Franklin Rush, and I was married to a wonderful lady, Betty, and we were parents of two lovely daughters. When we first came to this area, we didn't have any place to stay, period. We stayed with Forrest Newkirk. And Mr. Burton built a little apartment on Bridge Street, and we lived there for 4 years. And Leroy Burton informed us that there was going to be a little development here, some houses, and we were offered an opportunity to buy some property here. The Campbells, the Bonies, the Freemans, all of us came over. Of course, Leroy Burton had a chance to choose the lot we wanted. So Bonnie and Cat Campbell and I lived side by side. And they were wonderful neighbors. All of them were school teachers. And this area where we call Burton Street, they thought we were sophisticated because all of us were teaching school. So the teacher street, you know. So we had to live with that kind of thing. But actually, as far as housing, that was probably the only place we could go because we didn't have any housing here. Very few people had houses with bathrooms and stuff in it. And it was something new. I do remember, though, this was a bad thing. Behind Burton Street, you have tobacco stuff over there now. So I went to the town. So, putting those tobacco barns behind us, we would like this community to grow. Those tobacco barns there, we don't think you ought to build those there. We try our very best to stop that. The mayor at that time, I won't tell you who he is, said, we chose to live here in Fuquay. We live here. You came here. If you don't like it, you can leave. I said, well, we don't want to leave. We just like for you to consider not building those things back there. And could be a good housing development. And the fact that we didn't have any at that time, I thought that would be a good idea. But that's what I was told. Bonnie was a music teacher, band teacher. He moved from Rose Hill, North Carolina. He was a neighbor on Bridge Street. And Catherine Campbell, was a neighbor, and she was multi-talented. I don't know how many positions she didn't hold. She was a librarian at one time. She taught biology, and she was entrepreneur. She did furniture, antique stuff, made curtains, made clothing for people, even for my girls, fixed hair, stayed busy doing something all the time, working hard. So they were always doing something in the community to help people as well. I meant to mention that of my wife too, ex-wife, who also worked hard with people in the community. Here, as a matter of fact, tutorial programs and things of this nature, always busy doing something. And of course, James Campbell became assistant principal at Fuquay High School. Leroy Burton, this building here is named after his grandfather. This street, Burton Street, came from his father. He was a character. He acted like he was poor all the time. He was about the same size as one of the Ashworths, and Ashworth would give him some of his old suits. And sometimes he wouldn't wear the whole suit. He would just wear a jacket, mismatched. That's like he didn't know anything. He was bald-headed like I am. And during the summer month, he said, I go convertible in the summertime, show his bald head, but in the winter, it get cold, he put that wig on. So that was Leroy Burton. Now, Freeman became principal at Fuquay Consolidated. And later on, Freeman became assistant superintendent of schools. So everybody was always involved in something constructive to help build the community, working with them. And we were just neighbors and friends. We supported each other. Burton Street was a community where we had esprit de corps. We worked together as a family. That made us unique because we had each other. I didn't learn to swim when I was growing up in Norwood because there was nothing there but a pond. But I had a neighbor, James Campbell, who had a swimming pool. That was a unique experience for me, just with my feet in the pool. And Campbell came from Salisbury, North Carolina. He knew how to swim, and he thought it was important. He really did, to teach kids how to swim. They would go there on Sunday evenings, off times, and be a lot of kids from the community utilizing that great facility. So I think by virtue of the fact that we had something in common, education, found the need of working together, it made this a very unique community. And it turned out to be a very good place to live. Greatest advice to young people would be that it takes time to make greatness. Don't rush. And learn from your history. One thing that you have to know, it's important for you to know how hard it was for us to be where we are today.